Alright, thank you very much for clicking on the video. This is Gulpain back again with just a very quick PSP review, and this is Lanfeust of Troy. Lanfeust of Troy. So this is a French comedy comic series, apparently, that was kind of made into a game for the PSP and other systems as well. I'm not sure, but I think this was a port, and this is actually published by Atari, which is strange because Atari didn't really do that many kind of publishing games back in the PSP era. They did a few, but not a very popular or not a very prolific publisher. Maybe they were, I just don't know. My knowledge of this is not great. But this game, it looked good. I kind of like these kind of PSP style 3D platform action games. This one is okay. It's not as good as other ones that I've played, and I quite like the aesthetic though of the the comic book aesthetic this has of the kind of the land of Troy. And then I've never read Lanfeust. There are a few different characters you can actually control in this, but you have to unlock them. But I never read any of the comics, so I'm not really too kind of knowledgeable about the world of this game. But it appears to be you're some sort of orphan guy, and you're sort of battling pirates and sort of different enemies. Well, in this one it has you battling the normal, a bee or something. It's I don't know why game developers do that. They have you fighting basically insects and animals. It's is there no other thing you can fight but this one, pretty good kind of style. Again, another game where the camera is your enemy. It's difficult to kind of see the enemies, and then if you spin around the camera, it's very easy for them to get out of your view, and then you kind of have to kind of spin around the camera again until they get back into your view. This one, I don't know, this one's okay. The programming seems could have been I don't know, it could have been programmed a bit better, I think, because the hitboxes for you and the enemies, it kind of seems like you're just swinging around the stick or the sword or whatever you have, and kind of if it's roughly close to the enemies, they kind of do an animation where they get hit, but then that's pretty much it. You don't really feel like you're actually hitting the enemies. I don't know, it's strange. It's difficult to describe. There's other games where they kind of get the hitting the enemy animation very correct, but this one, I don't know, it doesn't really. There's different things to do as well. You gotta go around hitting different objects to get them out of your way. It's very, very basic. Not a bad game, because it does look very nice. The graphics are nice and colourful, and the kind of the aesthetic of it is the kind of jungle and then city, medieval city kind of aesthetic. I do like very much. But yeah, there's just not enough to do in this. I don't know. It's difficult to describe when you have a really good sort of 3D action game. And you play one, and then you play one that isn't, I don't know, maybe they just didn't have a lot of development time or whatever, or as much development time as another studio would have. You can spot the flaws a little bit easier. But this one, again, it's okay. It's good subject matter. Taking a kind of a popular comic book in Europe and turning it into a game. I imagine a lot of people would just buy the game just because they like the comic book. Which is a good idea. A lot of the media tie-ins, movies and different sort of well, not comic books, because they're normally good games, but a lot of the movie tie-ins or TV shows are just not very good, and even the fans of the TV shows will kind of not buy the games because of this sort of lineage of games based on pre-existing media not being very good. That sort of changed at the moment with Batman and Spider-Man and different things. And well, I don't know if I can remember a good game that was based on a movie. They're very few and far between. Batman a couple of times probably, well, that's pretty much it. A lot of the other ones are not very good. But yeah, let me know if you've tried this random game that I came across, Lanfeust of Troy. Let me know if you tried this game in the comment section below. And thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for listening as well. And I'll see you next video. Adios.